Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodia. I'd like to welcome you guys to my channel. Today, we're going to cover the second part of the Infinity Crusade. We're going to cover issues 4 through 6. I am not sure if I covered 3, but there's not too much going on. Like when I finished reading this crossover, there's not much meat to the bone of this particular story. I think the real highlights of it are there's things that are so 90s as hell. Like Marvel was really trying to be hip. There's certain aspects of this particular story that it's not that they haven't aged well, but they feel really weird and out of place if you don't know about the context of certain aspects of stories from the 90s. So the thing is, goodness, she's Adam Warlock's good side, creates a new counter-Earth and takes all the people that believe in God to that counter-Earth. She wants to purge the universe of all evil. And it sort of rings a lot of alarms because it seems that it doesn't matter the cost, but she's actually using a bunch of cosmic cubes to manipulate people to make them peaceful. Like there's no more crimes on Earth. That's like, there's some good ideas in this story. Like in the first 2 issues, like there's no more crime, there's no more conflict. And heroes are sort of getting angry because they don't have, it's like heroes lost their jobs because of this situation. So because of this situation, Thanos is working with Silver Surfer and the heroes. And there's like some really weird interactions and weird stuff that goes on. These are the things that are real gems to the story. Like Sleepwalker, he's working with goodness, but the thing is, his host, if he's awake, Sleepwalker can't do his sleepwalking. So what he does, like I laughed out loud with this. There's like a couple moments like this. Oh, and I forgot to mention for those who didn't see the previous video, this story is written by Jim Starlin, and we have art by Ron Lim. The art is really solid. This particular edition, also the quality of the printing is really good. But the thing is, let's get back with Sleepwalker, that he puts drugs in his host's drinks so he can fall asleep and he can go out and operate. So that's like a totally dick move by Sleepwalker. And here's one of the things that just, when I saw this, when I reread it, I just literally laughed out loud. Thanos' new ship, this is his main ship, and this thing's a beast. And his new ship, like, look how small it is. But the thing is, the shape of the ship, it's a freaking gigantic gun, because the 90s were about big guns. And this is like the biggest gun that fires, and it doesn't do anything in the story. But I was just laughing so loud because the 90s were about big guns, asymmetric designs, characters with claws, and stuff like that. So the thing is, Earth's heroes, the atheist heroes and agnostic heroes, the ones that don't believe about God, they're going to go and try rescue their friends, stop goodness too. Also, another thing about the 90s, muscles. Like, to start their attack, Silver Surfer basically absorbs a whole star and he gets buff as hell. Like, the muscles on some of these characters and how they're built, it gets pretty extreme. Like, muscles were a big deal back then. So the heroes arrive, they start the attack. Thor just virtually destroys both of their ships. Everyone has to jump into escape pods. Here's another really funny moment. Drax and Thor and Hulk. Hulk is working with Drax, fighting against Thor. And Hulk gets hit by Thor's hammer, and since he can't fly, he starts floating away and falls into counter-Earth's gravity. Another really weird thing about this story is there's a bunch of interactions between Fords and Nomad that have no impact on the story, but it's like they had to put these 2 characters in it. So you're going to see every once in a while a couple panels where they're talking about how the situation is going down, but like they have no impact in the story itself. So all the heroes, the agnostic and atheist heroes, because that's another a really interesting idea, the whole idea of people like believe in God, those who don't, if they can do good. Like, Starlin opened up a really interesting can of worms that he just doesn't address in this story. So we get gigantic battle between the two forces of heroes, because obviously the ones that are with goodness, the religious ones, become religious fanatics, zealots, and this leads to some pretty good battles, like between Doctor Strange and Mr. Fantastic, where Doctor Strange comes out on top. We have a battle between Captain America and Beast and Iceman, where Beast gut punches Scarlet Witch. That's like, it's just one panel, but it feels so messed up. And after that, Beast and Iceman are able to take down Captain America. Maxim, this really weird character, like had completely forgot about this guy. He would run around with the Infinity Watch, and he could get really buff. I guess it's his power set and stuff like that. But like his anatomy at moments, like again, I love Ron Lim's art, but his anatomy starts to look a little too funky. Here we have another moment where Hercules grabs Rogue by the hair and knocks her out. Spider-Man going toe-to-toe with the character that I loved so much back then, Strong Guy. We have Sleepwalker going up against Darkhawk and Human Torch. I used to really love this particular design. Even though it's pretty simple, this design for Shaman looks really awesome. We have later on Wolverine getting his ass totally handed to him by Wonder Man. He just brutally takes Wolverine down. Here's that particular fight there. But the thing is that Goddess reveals her plans. What they actually do is trick Goddess, Thanos, Xavier. It's a really weird team of Thanos, Xavier, and Warlock are able to trick Goddess and Goddess Goodness to show off her end plans, which is actually the purge of the universe because of all life. So everything can start over because everything is tainted now. Some basic Omega level villain idea. Age of Ultron, but on a galactic level. But there's a moment where she starts her purge, where she just starts incinerating the whole galaxy. And there's one actually really interesting and cool moment in this, which I'm looking for, that I can't find it. I should have marked the page. Here. She's burning the whole galaxy, and then you see the comic book with all the pages, and those pages burning, and the readers burning to death. Like, that's a really nice detail, meta as hell. But since she was tricked and showed her plans, everyone that was working with her realizes that Goodness is a real douchebag. She wanted to kill the whole universe, as one should do when one is drunk with power. We get the final battle between Goodness and Warlock. Obviously, Thanos and Xavier pitch in. That's like sort of interesting to see Xavier have such an important role. Again, the art here, it's fantastic. This particular edition is really good. The heroes do prevail at the end of the story. Even though like they did some pretty cruel and terrible things to each other, like everything's like, okay, you're under mind control, everything's okay, and like they let things be. But this particular story, part of the Infinity Trilogy, it's pretty meh. As I said before, it has some of these really weird 90s moments and stuff like that, like the super gunship and muscles and and Hulk being really pissed off all the time, which it does make it fun. So I hope you guys like this video. See you guys next time.